Hey guys, as you can see, I'm alone right now. Little weird. Hopefully, no one else is in the house to hear me. I'm pretty sure I'm still the only one alone. It's snowing outside, and I took a lunch break. I work from home, so I took a lunch break, and I decided to do a little taste test almost, a little taste test blend experiment. I thought I'd record it, see how it goes. Yesterday, I went to Redstone Liquors in Andover, where they have a great beer selection. I picked up Trillium's new launch beer, which they brewed out of their their new Canton brewery. It's a pale ale. Then I also picked up a fresh 4-pack of Night Shift's Whirlpool, which is another pale ale. And I figured, two pale ales, two great New England, Massachusetts pale ales. Let's pit them against each other. Let's see what the different profiles are, how they blend, what the differences are. I did do this earlier. I took some notes here today, so see how this goes. Maybe it'll be posted, maybe it's not. If you're watching this, then obviously it's posted. So first we're going to start with Trillium's launch beer. No, it does not come with a cool blue cap. I actually opened this earlier and I used a beer saver. I opened this last night and it still holds the carbonation pretty well. So now I don't have to drink bombers by myself. I can save them. All right, so we're going to pour the Trillium. That a little bit. I'm going to try to save some just in case Mike does come over later and so that he can try it. I have another bottle, but we'll see. All right, and then we're going to pour the Whirlpool. And then we'll do the blend in a second. Right away, you can see this is my treehouse glass, but we'll just turn it around for this. Hazy, yellow, golden, bright, sunshine maybe. Let's do the lacing. Doesn't really stay too much. Carbonation's still there. Like I said, this little thing is fantastic. I need to buy more of them. Whirlpool, if you've seen Whirlpool before, this has been around for a while. So yeah, it's light. It's still yellow, but it's almost translucent. So the smell we'll go with Trillium first. So again, the Trillium launch beer. It's the launch beer is 5.7% alcohol. And this was their brewed out of their new Canton brewery to launch the new Canton brewery launch beer. Right away on the nose, you get them grassiness, you get the malt, but you also get the signature like citrusy, juicy, tropical fruit pop out of like these Massachusetts pale ales or Massachusetts IPAs. Obviously, with this you get more malt because it's pale ale. It's not as hoppy as normal, but this is still a pretty hoppy beer. So let's take a sip. Yep. So you definitely get hops. You get the hoppiness, you get the bitterness, but you also get like the back of the malt, sweet malt. You get like the grassy malt. It's very well balanced. Like if you told me this was an IPA, I'd probably believe you. Maybe it was a session or something like that. It's very juicy. Trillium. You can't really go wrong with Trillium. There's no citrus. There's not too. It's juicy, but not. I wouldn't say citrusy. It's like got a little bit lemon, but not really. It's more. You get more hops with the malt, and it kind of blends very well to make this like a refreshing, super crisp pale ale. Like I would love to drink this during the summer to sit outside. It's only 5.7%. It's not a session, but it's still pretty sessionable, I would say. Yeah, and it just lingers a little bit of bitterness on the tongue at the very end, like the back of my tongue, and that dissipates. So it's super smooth, super crisp. We'll go with reviews at the end. And then so here's the Whirlpool. So again, it's like very translucent, good head retention. Now, like I said, this was opened last night, but it's keeping carb, and it still tastes just as great as it did last night. This was opened maybe 20 minutes ago. I had a small little snifter with my microwaved / baked burrito. This you get like lemony, you get citrus, you get floral notes. You don't really get any of the malt in that like you do with this, like you do with the launch beer. It's more bitter. It's very interesting because I love Whirlpool and so does Mike. It's just very interesting that going from something like a Trillium to this, the way it changes the way you think about it. This is also 4.5%, so this is even more sessionable than some of the other beers. It's it's super smooth. It's super it's probably I would think it's a better summer beer. It's just crisp. It's like just fruit, peaches, citrus. The malt bill, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's definitely, you don't get the malt as much as you do the launch beer, which is funny because I prefer, after thinking about it, I prefer the launch beer maybe a little bit more, but that just could be because it's new, it's fresh, both of them are fresh, but for me, I usually don't like the maltiness as much, but I think the maltiness in the launch beer actually lends better balance to its pale ale versus Night Shift's Whirlpool. Whirlpool is still a fantastic beer. It's still crisp. It's refreshing. I would probably prefer it over in the summer, drinking it on the deck, sitting on a back. So yeah, let's try a blend. That was weird. All right, we'll pour that and that. Gives me about that. So if I want to go maybe up to the Penguins. No, actually, you know what? It's probably good. All right, so immediately you can see it's a nice meld between the two, colors-wise. It's still a little light, but still you get the haziness of the launch beer, but the lightness of the Whirlpool. Head retention closer to what the launch beer is. Aroma, you get a bigger citrus. The Whirlpool comes through more. I would feel like the what the Whirlpool smells like the peaches come through more than especially there's no more malt. So you're just getting kind of like the hops and the peaches and the fruits from the Whirlpool. This is pretty damn good. It's like the best of both worlds. You get the malt with the launch beer, you get all their hops, then you also get the juiciness and the more citrusy and just crispness of the Whirlpool. I keep trying to want to call it morph because I have a morph can right in front of me, of the Whirlpool, and it's just it's super balanced. These guys should just take a batch and just blend them together and just sell it as Launch Pool, Whirl Launch. No, I don't know. I don't get paid to come up with these names. Either way, both fantastic beers. I gave a launch beer 4 last night, and I gave Whirlpool a 3.75. So I think the Whirlpool has dropped a little bit. I know the last time Mike and I had a Whirlpool, it was a little weird. It was a little tingy. It definitely has a sour tinge. So I think I forgot to mention there's definitely some lemony in there. But the last batch we had was a little sour, so I don't know if something went wrong with the batch, if it got infected a little bit. It was a fresh can, and we both had 2 separate 4-packs from, I think, 2 separate stores. But maybe I dropped my rating and I just defaulted it. I would still probably give the Whirlpool a 4. It's a fantastic pale ale, as is launch beer. This is just newer, so it could just be my taste buds are ooh, something new. Let's talk about that and like that more than what you've been loving for a couple years now. But anyways, both beers are great. The blend is fantastic. 2 Massachusetts beers. This one, Trillium is located in Boston in the Harbor District, so the seaport area. And they just opened a brewery in Canton. Again, this is what this beer was brewed for, to launch the Canton Brewery. Whirlpool is brewed by Night Shift, and they're in Everett, Massachusetts. They're expanding, but they're just moving literally across the parking lot to an extra bigger tap room and a function room. If you're in the area, check both places out. Make a little road trip of it. You can even hit up the big breweries. You can hit up Harpoon, which, you know what, they're a big brewery, but they still make some interesting stuff with their barrel series. Great Massachusetts breweries, great Massachusetts pale ales, super awesome. Anyways, I'm Sean. So weird that Mike's not here, but this is Nerdsense Drinks.